Golden. I am 17 years old and a junior in high school. I'm from Mountain Springs Church in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And today I will be giving you a speech I like to call Living in a World of Joy. Ashley tried to smile and laugh along with all her friends, but with her parents' fight fresh in her memory, all she could do was sit staring numbly at the floor. Depression. Dad lifted his hands to his face and tried to still the questions that streamed through his thoughts. How was he ever going to provide for his family without a job? Anxiety. Susan forced herself to reread the pages that kept blurring before her eyes. Finals were tomorrow, and she still had 2 more subjects to study. Stress. Matthew slammed the door to his room. He could not believe his parents could be so cruel as to let him sit at home while all his friends went to the movies. Anger. The small child sat huddled in a corner of the mall. She had wandered around for what seemed like hours, pale and unable to speak, separated from her mom. Fear. We've all felt these emotions, these moments of utter desperation, total shock, where we simply have no idea where to turn or what to do. Those moments where you're left staring blankly, your hands helpless by your sides, wondering why. We've all felt the monotony of another day, with an unending list to complete, in this crazy rat race that we call life. So in these moments, what do? Do we gripe and complain about how miserable life is? Do we lash out in anger? Do we mope about feeling sorry for ourselves? Or do we follow the advice of the Apostle Paul, who says in Philippians 4:4, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice." This command was important enough for Paul to give twice. So I definitely think it's worth discussing the value of God's joy in this crazy life. God has given me 3 basic aspects to finding true joy in Jesus Christ. Enjoying the little blessings, perspective through seemingly insurmountable problems, and then the reasons to celebrate the struggles themselves. Now, let me ask you a question. How often do we stop and thank God for his little blessings? Think about it. God leaves special gifts in the most mundane of days to make us smile, but so often we miss them as we rush through life. We celebrate the things we consider big or important, but God brings new mysteries every day. We just have to take the time to notice them. I know every time I see one, it brings a smile on my face and brightens my entire day. It's like receiving a personal, intimate gift from God. It's like stepping into gently falling rain and feeling the cool drops on your skin as the sun breaks through the clouds. It's like making chores fun by cranking up the worship music, and the list goes on and on and on. So, can you guys raise your hands and give me a few special blessings that God gives to you? It can be anything.
My little brother's giggle.
I love that. Any others? Yeah, we're talking. Awesome. Yes, Dustin.
Sitting behind the heater on the bus on the
Awesome. You see, everything can take on its own beauty because God puts detail in the things that we deem insignificant. We have to look at life through the eyes of a child and refuse to become so accustomed to it that it grows boring. Can you remember when you were a little kid and everything was just so cool? We were fascinated by all the things that we think are simple in Mark 10:14-15. He says, "Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of God. Assuredly, I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God as a little child will by no means enter it." Can't you see? Not only does noticing God's little blessings add joy to ordinary days, but it is vital for knowing Christ. I want you to think back to the day that you first received the grace and forgiveness of God through Christ's sacrifice. Think of what he did for you on that old rugged cross out of love. Isn't it overwhelming? His grace, his mercy, his passion, his love. And yet, how often do we pass over that blessing and forget its significance? There is a reason we are called the children of God. And no matter how many years we have behind us, we are to adore our Father anew every single day. And the joy, the wonder, is not something that we have to search out or can work to find. God freely gives it to those who look to him. So relish in the numerous blessings of the Lord and treasure childlike wonder. In fact, it's funny. We miss the daily blessings of the Lord, but we get so wrapped up around the ridiculous troubles of this world. When every little plan doesn't go our way, we act like life is over. But the next time that you start to stress, stop for a moment and get some perspective. Yes, life is a struggle. It's full of challenges and emotional moments. But Christ still died for you. Christ still loves you. And is that not reason enough to rejoice? But how? How do we do that? I mean, it's easy enough to find God's goodness in the daily issues, chores, and drama when life is relatively simple. But what about when the unthinkable happens? Perhaps someone you love passes away. Maybe a parent loses a job. A marriage falls apart. You're forced to move to a strange city, or one of your closest friends vows never to speak to you again. How do you find the joy in those